Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Nails Are a Lifestyle. Today we're here in Philly at the Bellish salon, here to see Miss Brazil. I'll see you guys inside. I hope you're excited.
Hi, come on in.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Bellish salon in Philly. We're here with the owner.
Brazil. Hi, nice to meet you
Hey Miss
guys.
Brazil. All
Hi.
right guys, let's get this salon tour started.
All
Everybody loves
right.
pink, I swear.
Yes, the pink is definitely for the girls. So over here is my front station. This is where I do all my work at. Of course, it's pink. Yep. And then over here is just a little place to have our cards at. We also host parties. So we'll have like party packages for the
Oh,
girls,
cool.
things like that. So we'll supply like everything that they need.
Do you have a website? Like, is that stuff posted on the website?
I do want to get a website, but it's posted on my booking site. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. This is another station that we have. It's not currently occupied. In here is the bathroom. And then we have the pedicure station over here. I am trying to upgrade this whole thing, so that's how it looks now. Thank
How long have
you.
you been here?
I want to say 2 years. I worked here before. I actually owned it, so altogether maybe 3 to 4 years.
You said you worked here before?
It was like a boutique / nail salon in here before. And when they left, I took over it. So.
Oh, what was it called before?
Glitz and Glamour.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Over here we have where we sell our items. So anything that I do sell somehow has to do with nails. Like, so we have our anything if you have fungus for your nails. We have kind of like smoke holders, so the girls won't have to burn their nails when they are so smoking. We also have hookah tips, pumice sponge. We got the cuticle oil. Karaoke sometimes we get in here. We have a little fun sometimes.
Karaoke salon events here.
And then we have the card holders here. Some cleaning gloves, pedicure socks for the winter when the girls their feet get cold, and then just regular flip flops if they need it.
You got some cute trinkets, child.
Yes, and this is my fun, grass wall here, candy cart. We do like to have snacks.
I have to get a peanut chew before I leave out of here.
They're addictive. Like once you start.
That's why I only get one little one. That's it. That's the only thing I do.
Yes, but yeah, we have a little art wall. I did this myself. I'm excited about it. My neon sign. Everything is like pink neon. That's what the shirt is about. And we do serve wine, water, coffee, and tea as well. So that's in like the kitchen area. Over here is our service area. So everything we need is here. And that pretty much explains itself. So it's where we clean our dirty stuff, we sanitize everything. All our cleaning stuff is here. Sanitation machine up here. And then this is all of our pedicure stuff. And then here we have the bar with my beautiful ladies.
Are y'all new nail techs or veteran nail techs? Yeah. So this setup right here, would you think like this is the best setup that you've ever worked with, as far as it being like a bar setup?
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, so that sums up our salon tour. We'll see you guys in a second with the interview. All right, guys, we just finished up with the salon tour, and we're gonna get ready to get our interview started. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hi, everyone.
Hi. So, do you want to tell everybody, like, how did you get Bellish started? Like, I know you told me that you had took it over. This was something else, and you had took it over from somebody else.
So, it originally started, I want to say, almost like 20 years ago. I don't want to tell my age, but a long time ago, I had was working in an Asian salon, and I was there for about 2 years. And I just kind of stopped after they kind of shut down. But I was so sad with like getting my nails done everywhere, because I'm like, they did everything I wanted. Like I would tell them step by step, and they would do everything I wanted. So then I was just like going different places, and I just was like so sad. Like I would leave and just be so depressed. So I was like, one
Was it
day I
because
was
of the
just like,
shaping or because they didn't do nail art? Like,
it was the service, like the way I felt in
okay.
there, the way I felt when I left. It wasn't as good, you know. It was hard to communicate what I wanted, you know. So I was just like, you know, I did find a good place at one point, but then I had my daughter, so I couldn't go there. So it was just like, I just was like, oh, when I thought I had some hope, I'm like, it gotta be better out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, a light bulb went in my head, and I was like, why don't I just make better? Why am I waiting for better? I just need to make it.
Exactly.
So from there, I was just, you know, now this about 6 years ago when I had this, you know, light bulb. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm research, we did it, make sure that's what I wanted to do. Because I was doing it for 2 years, but I was just doing natural nails. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to school for it. So I just quit my job, dropped everything, and used my last bit of money to like just go after
and what
everything.
year was this?
2018.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So right before COVID.
Right. When I say everything just flowed together, it's crazy how like God will set your path if you just go after what you want.
Yeah. So how was that experience? Like once COVID hit, because where were you then? Where were you working?
I was here. So by then I was here. I had my first job was at another salon when I graduated school, and then I was there for about a year, and then I came here. They wanted me here, but I had already started there. So once like things kind of wasn't really working out too well, I came here. And it was good. Everything was nice, you know. And then COVID happened, so I had to like work from home at that point.
Now, so when you were working here, this was a black-owned nail salon.
Mm-hmm. It was a black-owned salon / boutique. So most of everything you see was mostly clothes, shoes, jewelry, and it was just these two stations and like a table here. That was it. Everything else was a boutique. So she sold jewelry, clothes. You know, she did like pop-up shops. So it was like mostly a boutique, but you know, her mom was here. Her mom like been in the game for a long time. So like she's one of the vets.
So did that work well with just like the acrylic smell with the clothes?
Well, it's not really a smell. I don't smell anything. I don't know. Like I don't really smell anything.
I think okay, so there's definitely a difference because I'm sure we're using the right products, yes. Right?
Yeah, and we're having our the main thing I think for them is that the even if they are using the wrong products, is soaking on their table, is soaking on paper towel that they're not throwing out. They're probably reusing, and the trash can is open lid. Mm-hmm. So and then you got 10 stations doing the same thing. So it gives that smell. Yeah. We make sure our lids are closed. Whatever napkin we're using monomer with gets balled up, thrown in the trash, closed lid, change the trash every day. So the paper towel is not sitting on the plastic and soaking. And I think that monomer, that's what really gives it that strong smell. Okay. Yeah.
So how long did you work here before you took it over?
A year. I want to say a year. Girl, it felt like 2.
Like what?
Yeah, it was a blessing.
So how did you feel when they asked you, like, did you want to take it over? Did you have any doubts?
I did have doubts. So they didn't actually ask me. So I didn't find out that they were leaving until the landlord actually remembered me. And I did his niece's nails. So one day I was here like shopping because we have like a little plaza here. And I was shopping and he was like, you know, so he told me before like they even announced it. And he was like, do you want to take over it? And I was like, I do. Mm-hmm. I didn't have nothing to give him, but I was like, and I made it work. So by the time they actually announced it, I had already started working, getting my money up, whatever I needed to do. I shouldn't stressed about it 1,000 times. Couldn't sleep at night. So how many
months did they ask you before you actually took it over?
Who? The people who had it before?
Whoever, I guess it was the landlord who officially asked you, right?
Right. He probably asked me a month before they actually announced it. And then I think they kind of like took their time because they was on like a going away sale and closing sale. So it probably was about 6 weeks before they actually moved out. Yeah.
And so during the 6 weeks, like what, you were hustling money so that you can get it to the landlord? Mm-hmm. I know that had to be a scary process.
It was. And he actually told me like the day after my birthday. So it was like the perfect birthday gift. I'm like, oh my God. I didn't know. Yeah. And that's what I wanted. I always wanted it. I always treated it like it was a business with multiple people. So even when I was during COVID, I had an assistant that came in, and I always like every time I wrote something out, it was we, us. Like it's only me, but I always was like, treated like it was a business. So it's actually finally coming. It just came to me like that. It was like he manifested it.
That was awesome. Yeah. So when you took it over, did you have like some of the girls straight off the break? How long were you by yourself? How long did that process take?
Yeah, I was by myself for about I want to say a good 3 to 4 months.
That's still not long.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. I did try girls here and there, but for me, it's all about vibes and energy. So I didn't just want anybody in here. So I definitely just took care of, the bills and everything myself until I could get the right energy. So,
So did you have to do a lot of remodeling or anything? Because it looks great in here.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, I did have to do remodeling. Nothing in here was here when I got it except for the 2 pedicure chairs.
Okay.
So it was empty. He did have some stuff here, but I was like, I don't want them chairs. I want, I had to put my pink stuff on there. So the only thing, the chandeliers, they did come with it. So the previous owners, they put them in there, and they just basically told me, like, you can, if you don't want us to take them out, then you can give us this, amount of money, and we'll keep them in here. I said, yeah, keep them in here. So they're cute. So
they are.
Yeah.
So what made you do the bar concept?
So the bar, that's a good question. What made me do the bar? I think because my station was actually back here. So the mother station was here, and I had one table back there. And I'm like, I need to maximize the space. So my thing at first was maximizing the space. Now, but if you also probably doing that 6-week process where I was like waiting for them to like pass the baton and like me to move in here, I mapped the place out just from memory. And I had a sketch of exactly how I wanted it to be. And it's just exactly how it looks now. So it's like, I was like, how can I get this little small area back here? Because, I don't really like people on top, the table's too close. So I'm like, well, maybe a bar will work. So I started researching bars. And
so it's the way that the bar is set up, like where do they hold the supplies? Like,
so there's cabinets at the bottom, and then they all have like that first area here for their like tools, and I call it the dusty stuff. So keep the dusty stuff here. And then they have a cabinet for like their emergency gels and things like that. And then everyone has like a locker where they'll put their own stuff. So they'll have to go there.
That's a great setup and idea. Are you fully booked over there?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's one station that's free.
Okay.
I am considered another girl, but once again, I like to take my time and make sure, one, she needs to go through training first. And, so we already just started doing walk-ins. So Ian is taking walk-ins, and so I want to get the community kind of used to the walk-ins, because that's one of the things, most salons don't offer. We do appointment-based. So I'm trying to get it more walk-ins. So once more will come in, then I think I'll bring another girl in.
Gotcha.
But right now, I think it's,
What are the salon hours? Is that for everybody, or does everybody run their own book?
Yeah, so everybody works whenever they want. So with that being said, it works out perfectly because we're open 7 days a week.
Okay.
So where I may not work Sundays, somebody else works Sundays. Where I may not work Mondays, or they may not work Monday, somebody else may work a Monday. So all around, we're all on the same booking site. So they can book anybody, on any day.
So is this a commission-based salon or booth?
Commission.
Okay.
Yeah, we do different contracts with everybody, but Yeah.
Have you always, so even when you first said, I'm gonna do my own salon, did you ever think about doing blueprint, or you always knew it was gonna be a commission-based salon?
I did kind of know. Honestly, I've had to adjust it too. So sometimes I did try different things because the problem with the certain type of tech you don't want to do commission.
Right.
So it's like you have to alter it, and each person, maybe under a different type of contract. But my thing when I first started was, it's going to be a front desk, it's going to be commission, it's going to be an assistant. But I had to adjust to make it work, because I really stopped worrying about how I want the business to run and worry more about the kind of people I wanted to be in here, and the style of, we all have different styles. So once again, if I don't do this, they do that. So I like that. I like the focusing on the actual group of girls I wanted to be in here.
So what are the time frames from the ones that you had? How long have they been here?
2 of them just came up on a year, and one has been here for a month. So
okay.
Yeah. And so I think next year they'll all have their anniversary around the same time. So it's kind of funny that they say it. So it's about September, October where they all came in at. But yeah.
And this became officially yours when again?
January 22nd of 2022.
Okay.
The twos, I just remember all the twos. So I was like, okay.
So you were right. At the end of COVID, okay, so during that time, and I know you said you was probably in here for like the first 3-4 months by yourself, but none of these are the original people from when you first opened up, right?
Yeah.
So what are some of the hardships that you think you overcame since opening up, going through different nails? It's like, can you give give the people like some experiences from that?
Yeah, I mean, if you in the beginning, it's a lot of like managing people more
Okay.
than So you have to find people who's really like passionate about it. I think that's really the hardest thing was somebody had to hustle, somebody who was willing to come in even when they didn't have bookings for the walk-ins. If they call out, you got to deal with their scheduling. So I think that was the main thing on top of training them to make sure they meet the quality that you have. So the hardships, I mean, it's hard. Marketing would be very hard to do. Trying to pull people in, you can't rely on social media. Sometimes you got to hit the streets and talk to people. Yeah, I think managing people though was probably the hardest thing. And I wanted people that you don't got to tell nothing. They know what to do. They come in. So I'm happy where I'm at now because I think that was my biggest
seems like
thing.
everybody
If somebody didn't
is
show up.
Everybody gels and meshes very well in here. It
Yes.
seems like you got the right chemistry going on.
Yes.
I'm starting to see like most of the people that I'm interviewing when I go into the salon, like you can feel I'm just like, okay, you found your formula. You found your formula. People.
Yes.
I don't know if it's a season for it or what, but I get it.
Yes.
Especially there were so many COVID nail techs that have come.
That's true. That's true. Unfortunately, it was a bad time, but for nail techs, it was very lucrative, and it really, like, for me, I would say it shot my career super. Not even just getting the salon, but I like right before they shut everything down, I took a class with like I think they work for Not Polish, but at the time they were just like starting out, branching off on their own thing, but they do exquisite nails. So I took their class and the city shut down. So everything I learned there, I was able to practice it with all the clients I was getting during COVID. It was extremely like, it was like, I don't like to say, it was a good time, but I think the nail techs know what I mean. Like,
it was a reset for the planet. Number one, I mean, it made everybody rethink, what am I doing? So normally every 100 years we have a war, and we didn't. We had a pandemic. So it resets the planet. It's something that it's just. I guess I ain't gonna say it had to be done, but it was.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have a war. We had a pandemic. So I think I don't even want to say. We just gonna leave it at that. We don't get into politics.
Yeah, right. That's one of the topics we try to stay away from.
So, do you have children?
Yes, I do have a daughter.
Just one. How old is she?
She's 8.
Okay. So how's the work-life balance been with that?
It's working well. We call her our like shop manager.
Okay.
So she comes here after school. She does her homework. Sometimes she goes in her little space and she chills, or she'll go around and help. I did have her do like a little manicure on a little girl that came one time. I said, you can do it. She started polishing her nails. So she actually blends well with the shop. She's actually a part of the team.
She wants to do nails.
No.
Listen, my daughter is 21 and she don't want
nothing to do with it. Oh.
She says she's.
It's so sad. You want them to be like following your footsteps, but
you want to work at Chick-fil-A. Get out of here.
Ain't that crazy? It's just like she says. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be dealing with that, but it's like it's a skill that even if you don't want to do, you'll have in case you need to go to college. You can make some money.
You can't force it. You can't force it.
I know. Unfortunately, I'm trying not to. I don't, but she loves to get her nails done.
Well. As long as she's being a girl, I'll go ahead and take that. So, how do you feel? Did you think about like expanding the salon yet, or you're comfortable where you are at the moment? You feel like, okay, I'm in my sweet spot. I'm not thinking about that yet. I'm not that far yet.
You in my head right now. So, of course, yes, I've thought about expanding, and I'm actually in the process of doing that. Don't want to say too much now. I don't want to be no bad luck, but I want to have like a chain of Bellishes all over the city.
It's no bad.
Thank you. But yeah, I plan on, I do want to have multiple locations, and I want to like educate the city on just what's right, because we know how it is. Once you go to school, your mind is blown by all the things you learn. So I feel like some people make the decision to not do the right thing because they don't know, and a lot of times people get the misinformation. Sometimes you may have a client to come in and be like, oh, this is that, and this, and no, that's not what that is, hold on. So I think educating, the city is what will bring people more into the salons.
Are you excited for that?
I'm excited. I'm scared.
I was getting ready to say, did you think about?
I'm super scared.
That because you gonna have to pull away from that chair a little bit to do that.
Yeah, but I figured maybe I could still do classes and just training and still be involved. I know I have some clients who's like, I'm like asking them like, I'm letting them know. They like, you still gotta have your go-tos. And I'm like, but all of you are my go-tos. So I can't really pick, but they're not having it. So I'm like, I may have to I don't know. I feel bad about that one, but every time I'm here, I try to let them. Oh, why don't you try her? Why don't you go to her? And they be like, no. Some of them do. Most of them do, but I think they're going to take it harder than anything if it was to happen.
Well, but because I plan on giving myself one more year, and so I'll say I'll keep on the VIP group. If you want to pay the VIP package, that's fine, and you can stay. If not, that's how some people will just get removed anyway.
Yeah.
So, because you gotta, it's just you're at your job for 15, 20 years. You want a raise, you want a promotion too. I can't be stuck behind the desk.
Right. And it's they don't want to hear that. They really don't. So
I understand. You don't have to. Let's get into some rapid fire questions.
Oh man.
Favorite nail color to work with?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know.
So when it comes to nail art, I know there has to be some go-to colors, because I know mine's I love a good black and white design. But if you just don't know, you just
I'm gonna say nude.
You like nude?
I like nude as my base for whatever I do on top. Yeah, I don't really work with gels. It's a full covered nail.
Okay.
Nude's always my base, and then I do stuff on top of that.
So a lot of your clients are not getting full color. It's always nude in the design. Okay. All right. Long nails or short nails?
Long nails. Let's wrap it. I'll make it rapid. I'm gonna say long, but yeah, long. I like a lot of things. I can't choose, but yeah.
What's the best nail shape that you execute? What's your best one that you execute?
Coffin.
Okay. What do you think is the worst nail trend?
What do I hate to see coming? Oh my God, I'm horrible at this.
I'm gonna tell you what I hate to see.
I'm so horrible at this.
Teddy bears and lollipops on big duck nails.
I love it. I like chrome. I like airbrush.
You like the extra large charms? You like that?
I don't do them, but I like to see them. I don't know what I don't.
Well, maybe you don't have one. You like everything. Okay.
I do. Marble. Oh, is it marble? Maybe it's marble.
You think that's a bad that's the worst nail trend?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with marble.
And why do you say that? I need to know why.
Because I can't control it. So it just does what it wants once you put it on the nail. It doesn't listen to me. It doesn't do what I tell it to do. Everything else I can control. Marble.
You can't.
I can't control it.
That's customer experience.
As far as a perfect client, or
sometimes, you can actually put it into words. Sometimes, at the end of the day or end of a service, you might say, you know what, this is why I'm in this field. This customer right here, or just a time. It doesn't have to be consistent, that one person, but can you remember a time when?
Yeah, I think this one lady gave me a standing ovation when I was done.
Wow.
Yeah, and I do like new clients. I do like blowing their mind with all the information and knowing that I've helped somebody. They might have. Sometimes people come in here don't even know. They're like, oh, okay, and then they sit down, they get their nails done, and they're completely educated when they leave. And so I do like that experience. But I did have a lady. She was clapping when I got out. I was like, oh my God, thank you. So we do a lot of energy.
What's the worst customer experience?
People. I have had a client who just is very move popping a hand, popping a nail off before I can do something, distract, it's just a lot of energy. Somebody who's just like on the phone or being rude or they don't sit still. Mm-hmm. They don't sit still at all at any part of it. I think that's probably the worst. I haven't had anything too crazy. But yeah, some people, they'll drain your energy when you leave. Like you feel like, oh my God, like this, it has to be. Some of my clients they have to be my last client for whether it's design reasons or because of the energy. Sometimes clients can drain their energy by putting all their stuff on you. And you don't know what to say. Sometimes you be like, oh man, you want to kind of make their day better when they leave. And sometimes they're going through stuff you can't even, and then you just they leave you with that when they leave. So right. It's like,
you're trying to process it too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So as we come to the end, do you think that there's anything that you want to tell, like new and aspiring nail techs, or anything that you just want to put out there that I might have forgotten to ask?
Yes, there is. I probably wanted to say, like, if I could say anything, it would be invest in yourself. Take that leap, invest in yourself. I like to say there's no such thing as a self-taught nail tech. Mm-hmm. To me, there's no such thing. We all have to teach ourselves. We all have to get out of school and practice. So, if you're able, get your license, because you don't want to close yourself off to other opportunities. Maybe you want to do an editorial job or a fashion week, or maybe a celebrity wants you, but they want to see your license in order to get the job. So you don't want that to hold you back. There's a lot of nail schools now, so like 5 weeks now. If anything, it would be the money to pay for it, because a lot of them don't take financial aid. So
they have a lot of nail schools in Philly?
Yeah, it's a couple. It's a few, and it's just nails. So I know back in the day, we had to go to cosmetology school just to, do nails, and they barely taught you anything. But they have a lot of nail courses, so I think, and definitely invest in yourself, and don't isolate yourself if you're just starting out. I feel like a lot of people, they want to work from home or work home based. Sometimes you have to put yourself in a salon environment, and because you don't want to isolate yourself, and then you had a good clientele and now you don't, and it's hard to pull clients in. Right. When you're here, you at a salon, definitely get the experience from just the crowd, the walk-ins. Somebody might want to bring their sister with them next time they come. That's somebody else's client. So we experience that here. Like if you come and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not at home anymore. Mm-hmm. Maybe my sister can come and get their nails done with me. So you'll get clients just off of, you'll build your client just by being in a salon environment. So I would say invest in yourself every way. Continue education. I do believe in taking classes, but not until you've gone to school first.
Gotcha.
I feel like that's continued education.
Gotcha.
So a lot of the stuff that may go over your head won't if you went to school first and got that practice in. So a lot of stuff, like I said, in the class I took, a lot of stuff was gems that, people who never did nails, never had a client, they didn't understand what they just said. And I'm like, oh, snap. That makes so much sense to me. A light bulb just went off in my head. I'm like, ever since then I was shaping better and everything because of that one thing that they told me. And I felt like the people who were beginners in that class who never did nails, they didn't really catch what he was saying. But for me, it was a game changer. Mm-hmm. So definitely do take classes, but go to school first. If you want to pay for anything, pay for school first. Just invest in yourself, and God will
definitely say make sure you're vetting the teachers that you are taking classes from, because a lot of times people with not a lot of experience, they would just learn one thing, and now they want to teach this technique and that technique, and they don't even understand the foundation of what's happening here. So please be careful and just vet the people you are taking the classes from.
Exactly.
Okay,
please. If they don't do nails like you want to do nails, don't take their class. I just feel like they're okay, but they're not like, if I'm taking the class, it's going to be from somebody that's like high in the game.
Yeah, then you want to talk to them and ask questions and make sure there's consistency, not just you had a good month and you learn how to do a design and we teach you the class. Mm-hmm. Like there needs to be some consistency, at least for me, for like 2 years or more. Like there's no way I'm taking the class for somebody that just learned a new technique.
Yeah, and these classes, and the people ask me that too, like, when you going to do classes? Do you do one-on-ones? And I really don't want to do it until, like, I want to focus on my team first, and I want to make sure I have at least a few girls under me that I said I got to this level before I start even offering classes, because I don't want to just do a class just to do a class. Like I want to make sure I have a good, like, you know, syllabus down pack, a good curriculum or whatever, whether it's online or in person. I don't really like, so it's kind of funny when I see people do classes and they've been doing it also like a year, and I'm like,
that's a lot.
And people, they'll pay that money. They will give you $300 because they think they're gonna be a nail tech when they're done. And it was a 4-hour class or 6-hour, and it's like, I hate to see those classes coming sometimes, and they be in their house sometimes. So I'll be like, come on, y'all, like, do your research. Do your research for sure. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the classes. But just make the right investments, and definitely, but invest.
Got you. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Bellish Salon here with Miss Brazil. We will see you guys.
Thank you so much. What you're doing is amazing. I want to let you know that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, darling.
You're welcome.